Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Luben. If you are new, subscribe, hit the like button. Don't forget to turn on that bell so that in case I release a video like this, you can follow up. Now, what did you notice in the opening scene of the video? I was cutting out the paper, like little by little. I was cutting out papers, like little by little, and then at the point I ran out of those papers. What do you think that was? Well, that's the basis of our topic or the basis of our video or discussion today, which is menopause, the right time or the best age at which a woman should actually have kids, and what is menopause actually. So that's what we'll be talking about in today's video. If you are new to the channel, join us by subscribing. It's a community out here. So now the topic is menopause. First things first, let's talk about menopause. What is menopause? Now, menopause is just a period in the woman's life whereby the eggs are not being released from the ovaries. Now, remember, I'll drop the link to the particular video I did talking about fertilization. And in that video, I was able to explain how the ovaries produces egg and all of that, so you can check it out. But for the course of the video, you know that in the woman's body, the ovaries are the ones that produce eggs, right? And these are being released monthly. So one egg is being released every month for fertilization. If the egg has not been fertilized by any sperm, what happens? It will degenerate and come out as a menstrual flow. And that's where you have the menstrual period and the menstrual cycle. So now, these sperms, not sperms, the eggs of a woman now, compared to, unlike the male, our sperms keep being produced. Like a man's sperm are being produced even when he's old, even when he's reaching 70, 90 years old, a man keep producing sperm in his body. For a woman, when a woman is being born, let's say the maximum amount of eggs she has in her ovaries that could be released is about 500. And some of them even die off before puberty. So let's say she has approximately 300 to 200 sperm eggs. I keep saying sperms. Eggs that will be released monthly from puberty to the rest of her life. So it gets to a particular time or moment in her life where those eggs run out. It means there are no eggs in the ovaries again to be released, because the ovaries normally they have a kind of a pool that contain this type of eggs, right? So each of these pool once in a while comes out to produce a group of eggs, but not all these eggs become matured or reach maturity. Most of them die off. So maybe sometimes it's like 2 or 3 that become matured, and the other 2 become polar bodies. It's only one that become a fully matured egg. So because of this, the expenditure of eggs in the woman is being maximized and is being economized. That's why the sperm is being released every month. Every single month you have a sperm an egg that is being released. Now, at the age of 40, 45 above, that's when the egg release ceases. Therefore means the woman cannot. It's not like the ovaries have been damaged. The ovaries are there, but it has reached a point where neither the ovaries can produce new eggs or can they release one because the eggs have run out. So that's basically what menopause is all about. It's a stage or a moment in a woman's life where the sperm, the cells or the egg cells ceases to be produced or be released monthly as it should be for her, time being. Now, what is the best age for a woman to actually get married? What's the best stage for a woman to actually have kids that will be healthy enough? Now, recently, research have shown that women who are who are after puberty, that's from 15 years above, some women who are like 18, 19, 20, their ovaries are very healthy. The egg cells are very, very healthy. But listen, I'm not saying you should go now and find a 19-year-old girl and then want to marry. No, please don't do that. Regardless, but let's just say women who are 19, 20, from 18 to 19, that's when the sexual characteristics, the secondary characteristics are coming up. That's adolescent, right? So there are so many changes in her body that she might not really understand. This is when the body is still when she's trying to understand her body. And in that moment, so many changes are occurring. Hormonal changes are occurring at a very fast rate. So sometimes the type of life she might actually want to live at that point it's not even her fault. It's just that she feels her hormones are trying to tell her, okay, this is the kind of life you should live, and it will be kind of dope for you. It might not really be that that's the kind of life she wants or she actually needs. So it's a very critical moment. Our parents out there will agree that that's a very tough moment where parents have to go through in order to nurture their kid. But into the video, we're talking about the best stage or the best age. So now from age 17, 18, 19, that's as all he's saying. She's healthy, but no, don't go into marriage with her. She's too little for that. So they say from the age of 21 to 27, A woman is very, very ripe and fertile at that point. If a woman can marry between these ages from 21 to 27, it's very, very perfect. In fact, the child might usually not come out without any disorder or any alteration in her DNA or whatsoever that comes with birth defect. So now, when a woman reaches 30, the chances or the risk of the baby coming out with birth defects start increasing. But we are not saying at the age of 30, a woman can have a baby and then the baby will come out with so many birth defects. The chances start increasing at the age of 30. So say from 30 to 40, the chances keep increasing. Before menopause. Remember, menopause is at the point where you are not going to have no single egg that will be released into your body. So even if you have sex without protection at that point, the sperm, nothing. There's nothing for you to fertilize. So now from the age of 30, the chances keep increasing. So if it were like 5% chance, it will go to 10% chance of the baby coming out with a birth defect. From 30, 31 to 40, the chances of the birth defect increases by that time. And that's why you would see some men, I'm not judging those, some men actually at the age of 30, which they are their prime, we want to go for younger girls. Now, this is not still me saying if a girl who is 30 years old has not gotten married, she's completely out of league. No. There are certain things you cannot control. There are certain things we are not in control of. It's life. A woman can be 35 and still be married. I'm not trying to say you should look at her like, oh, this woman is not with, because there are some women who are at the age of 45 that we even talk about menopause that were able to conceive. Body system varies. The variations happen. Someone can actually be at 35 and have a kid, and they nurture the kid will still be healthy. But we are saying the chances of the kid, the ratio to which the kid will be healthy is lesser compared to which the kid will have many birth defects at the age of 35 to 40. Because the chances of birth defect increases at that point. So as a woman, you always have to keep that in check. And even as a couple, you might be like, well, I got married for the past 20 years and all of that, and she's not getting married. Once your wife, whatever, reaches at the age of 35, even if she is able to conceive and give birth to a child, there are chances that child will come out with birth defect. But now, technology has gone wide and science has expanded to the point that some of these things can actually be controlled. Some of these birth defects that come out at this stage can actually be monitored and can actually be prevented in one way or the other. So many things now have improved, unlike back in the days where there were nothing to do. So it was more like the birth defect cannot be controlled, it cannot be spotted on time. It was more like if it happens, it happens. But now it's possible, and there are so many fertilization techniques these days. In fact, there are some people who don't even go as per couple to have kids, as in concept, like they have in vitro fertilization, whereby the sperm from the father or the husband is taken and then the egg cells from the wife is brought together, and then from there a baby will be formed, an embryo. From there it will develop into a fetus or a baby. But even that method too, it exposes to so many risks or so many chances of that baby coming out with one or two defects, because you can't still cheat nature. But just like we said, technology still keep improving every single day. So some of those chances that were prone to maybe the baby having birth defect today might be different. It might be that, okay, it's possible that it can happen successfully. There are some it was very successful, no birth defect, the child grew up fine, peacefully, everything was okay. To some, they had problems. That's life for you. We can't really blame that. But all I'm saying is you should not actually use menopause or some of these things against women and be like, okay, your wife is 35, so you should start pointing fingers and all of that. You yourself, you can't control it. It's just nature. And that's why if you notice, women want to, most times women, when they want to have sex, they always want to have sex for the right reasons. Men just want to have sex. It doesn't matter, because they know that the sperms can be produced anytime, any day, any moment, any minute, any second. So they blow it out. They don't care. But for women, it's more like an evolutionary kind of instinct. Like naturally, they just believe. Or it's not. If you ask them, they might not really tell you. But it's just something that exists in them. They just have this tendency that even if they're having sex, it should be for the right reason and it should be with the right person. That's why women too want to have sex. Even sometimes even more than men. But they just want the sex to be in such a way that after the sex, they will not regret it. It's still, there are some myths. It's not like a particular law that connects to the fact that they release eggs from duration wise or time to time. It's just for the fact that they don't want their eggs to be a waste or to be wasted. It's just evolution, something like evolutionary. Or if you believe in God, yeah, it could be another reason, but let's just, for the sake of science. So the best age for a woman to actually get married and have kids is from 21 to 27, 28. At the age of 30, the chances of the baby coming out with birth defect increases. Then at the age of 45, that's the woman has reached their menopause. At that stage, there is no egg in their body. There is no way an egg is going to be produced in their body. But there are some women that will still break this law, right? But it's not many. It's rare. It's like 1 in a million kind of chances that occurs or occurrences. So some women at the age of 35, 45 will still conceive and still give birth. But we are not saying it happens for everybody, because the chances are very slim. Because the golden age or the golden spot for a woman to actually be in menopause at the age of 45. Some women even at the age of 35. You might see some women at the age of 35 they've already reached their menopause. Some it delays till 45. Some at the age of 40. But mind you that from 30 or from 35 above, even if the woman still has some eggs in her body, the chances of that baby coming out with birth defect increases over time. So thank you so much for watching. And if you have a problem, or if you have not a problem, if you have a question you want to ask, possibly privately, the question you don't want people to actually see, you can send that question to my email. You can email me, send me an email, or an email to my email address.